Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful Friday. I wanted to go over the budget quickly. I'm just going to be pulling out pieces of this entire uh, implementation guide and highlighting several aspects of it just to make sure that you are comfortable when submitting it. I will be going over the risk assessment in probably next week, and in the coming weeks we'll put it all together and you will submit it and be finished. So let's talk about the budget real quick. You are going to be identifying all the cost source, and this is going to be in each phase of your project. So for the planning phase, what are all the cost sources? For the implementation phase, what are all the cost sources? For the post-implementation phase, what are all the cost sources? Of course, you are welcome to use, if you find a pretty template online, you're more than welcome to use that. Excel has quite a few templates, so I'm bringing this up. You can click up here on this little icon and you'll be able to see a variety of the templates they provide. I do want you to make sure that you highlight which phase you're going to be in. I'm using the channel marketing budget. You can see this right here. And what I've done is I've deleted all of these months throughout here. And I've deleted all of this information, and I've gone in and replaced those highlighted items with planning, implementation, and then again at post-implementation. You'll be able to, I've left some of these in here so you can see, but this is very common, a common budget type template that you would total everything up. You would have per phase, you would have the cost per phase, and then of course you would have the total budget. It's not very complicated, but it will give you some good practice with some of your online resources, as well as editing a template and making sure that it looks professional. And of course, we hope that you walk away with some knowledge of budgets, as well as anything that remotely costs a thing in your project. So anything that costs money, think about printing. I want you to actually go online. I want you to actually make a few phone calls, possibly see how much it costs to get things printed. Having this type of knowledge so that you are well equipped to give good estimations. Remember, please, please, please keep in mind that health promotion projects are very often very low budget. So it does not make sense to turn in a budget that is $50,000. That is incredibly rare. Of course, they do exist, but for your projects that I have assigned you all, this will not be the case. For those of you who have smoking cessation, for those of you who have the 5K, I want you to make sure that you are thinking about some of the budgets for maybe some of the area races that we've had in town. So some of these types of things, doing a quick Google search will help conceptualize how much some of these things cost. Again, any of you who have speakers in your actual programs and projects, you want to get an idea of how much a speaker would cost. A lot of times, these are connections, and they may be doing these for very low budget or free. That's very common. So make sure that you are looking at these, at the realistic aspect of these projects. Is this realistic to budget $10,000 for a room venue? Because in real life, it is not likely that you would budget this amount of money. Please feel free to email me with questions. I hope that gives you a quick overview of the budget and curbs any questions you may have. But of course, I'm always here if you do. Feel free to shoot me a message, and I hope you are all doing well. Have a great weekend.